date is not working and I, Rico, Hundo, feels like I am wasting my time, I am not going to cover yours because I've already invested once. I'm not gonna invest it twice. Unfortunately, guess what, ladies? My time is just as valuable as yours.
Okay.
So since my time is just as valuable as yours, if you wasted my time and I wasted your time, it's either you're gonna pay or we're gonna split this bill because I'm not about to pay.
But why she gotta pay?
That sounds like a petty man, not a high value man.
If I bring you to a place or you bring me to a place and we're not clicking, right? Me and you are not working out. There's something that is off. There is nothing wrong with saying, yo, listen, we don't work. We both took an L. Let's just chalk it up and we're gonna split this bill and go our separate ways.
Wagwan guys, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. I cannot complain myself. Interesting video. This is a very good take. Shouldn't be that long to react to. I just wanted to point this out and speak to this really quickly because it's interesting. It's important. Sometimes we talk here on this channel about putting the horse first and then the buggy after, you know, buggy second. Sometimes people get that part construed and mixed up where they will do something that was supposed to be done in the most latter parts, but they'll do it earlier on, so it's kind of out of sequential order or what have you. But you know, just going off the video that you guys watched, okay, he's basically saying that if it's not vibing, then you know what, the tab is gonna, you know, it's gonna be separate. It won't be together, it'll be separate. Just to put it, you know, in most common terms, when the waitress or waiter walks up to you, he asks you, is this ticket going to be together or separate? Or mostly you will say that, you'll say it's together or it's separate, you know, or what have you. Okay, some waiters will say, oh, ask you that. But when, first off, I'm gonna say this, I'll go ahead and show you guys my hand. My thing with that is make a decision. When we talking, when, you know, I'm just saying this, when you're talking about like you're intentionally dating or whatever, right? That means a lot of things. But one thing that means to me is like be intentional, right? Have what's the word I'm looking for? Have intent. That's what I'm trying to say. Have intent. Have a plan. Okay, you know where you're gonna eat. It's no, hey, where do you want to go? Oh, I really ate there yesterday. Oh, hey, I have a nice restaurant you're gonna love. Period. Let's check it out. Let's go. You know, it's Joe Schmo's, you know, Joey's spot, right? And she's like, okay, whatever, I'll eat there. Free meal, who cares, right? And I feel like it's this is what's going on. I feel like it's too much vibing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to vibe. If that's what you're doing, you know, vibe then. But his whole argument is that, you know, he's just want to be real. He wants to keep it real, or like he's tired of whatever. And he has just come to the point, he has come to the conclusion, like, let's just be honest with each other. And if it's not working, if it just didn't work out or whatever, then like, you know, like, we're splitting the bill. You pay for yours, I'm gonna pay for mine, and we're just like, we're not gonna do this again, which is okay, right? But at the same time, it's like, if you are, you know what I'm saying, trying to find that person and you're that serious about it, have some intention in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop having everything go by like, you know, I don't know. I mean, just everything seems like, you know, it's either or. Everything seems like it's an option. Why don't you have, you know, if this fails, do this or that, and then both plans go, you know, crashing down. Like, just pick one plan and execute that. You know, hey, I'm paying for dinner. And, you know, hey, if you don't have it, maybe you can't afford to take someone out on a date that, you know, Maybe you have to split the bill if you being with a person is that crucial to you. You know what I'm saying? Just to your natural being as a person. But I'm gonna put a pin in that real quick, right? But second off, she cuts him off and she's like, well, that doesn't seem like a high value man, right? And I'm like, does this conversation like always just have to be about high value men? You know what I'm saying? She said some other like term trying to basically diminish and put him down, like basically saying it was a put down. I can't remember what it was verbatim, but it was definitely a put down. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, so just is this podcast just for high value men? Like if every question that he poses, you know what I'm saying? Like what's you know, some people, the rationale behind all of this is off-putting to some degree. You know, I mean, like, everything has to be so contentious, it feels like. Why I felt like none of the co-hosts or anybody that was there couldn't like actually like listen to this guy and hear him out. You know, it seemed like he was struggling with something. Maybe he could have been, it could have been a conversation to where it was like, hey man, you know, maybe you need to kind of like chill out and pull out on dating. If this is something that's repetitive, that, you know, you have just come to the conclusion that it's best that you go about doing this when dating. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you've been in rotation too long. Maybe you need to just like sit this one out. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, it is a such thing as women trying to pay for the date. Straight up. It's a such thing. It's a such thing as that. Okay. You can accept it. Most men, right? Most men are gonna, I don't want to say most men, but you're gonna have a variety of different answers given, right? But you're gonna have a lot of men out of that pack say, you know what? No, they're more traditional. I'm the man. I'm going to pay for this. I got this. Win, lose, or draw, right? And then they're just going to date as such. Yeah, some guys are going to be like, okay, yeah. Hey, I got a phone bill that needs paying. You want me, you want to get that too? It is what it is at the end of the day. But I got to say this. You really have to watch how you move. And I say this not so much as to see how you're viewed and how your presence is viewed in the public, but for your own safety. You can't fly by night and just you're freestyling, you're pulling, rabbits out of your hat, just waiting to see what's around every corner. You have to have a plan, like how come y'all couldn't have talked about that before y'all both met up and then went on? You know what I'm saying? Some of that seems backwards to me. That was my only conjecture with what he was saying. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? You're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? You overworking yourself now. You could have been asked that question, got that out the way, and then you could have came to the conclusion where like, hey, you know what? I may not even want to meet this person. But some people just so zealous, so in a rush, to meet their expected end. They're not even thinking about any other outcome. They're thinking about the outcome they got in their mind. And then not till they get there, which, hey, situations happen, right? You get there and then you just complete foosball it, and you just lose it, right? You thought you had it, all that, and then you meet the person and it's just not clicking, right? And then that's when you decide to like show your true colors. That's what it is at the end of the day. So I can't agree with the woman. Maybe I wanted her to kind of like, everybody's not gonna rub your head, right? But I wanted to see the conversation steer that way. You feel me? Because you can kind of see where somebody's mind's going. She wasn't really hearing that. She was just like, nah, at the end of the day, that sounds like, but she could have said something different, just because, high value male, like anybody can pay for your meal. That doesn't mean you're high value. So just like the whole description and everything is just, it was wrong, right? How value man has to pay? He has to earn, a certain specific number, right? So I thought that was like one of the criteria. Hey, maybe another criteria is him leading and paying for dinner dates. Okay, just say. But like I'm say that because like, what if you don't want to run into crazy, but some people, they like to do that. They really like to do that, just with their habits and how they carry themselves in public. They would much rather come to that conclusion in public when it could have been talked about. That could have been an exercise you guys already went over, planned it, how everything, did everything. You had a simulation before you guys even met, right? You opted out of doing that, but we're just gonna act a donkey. We're gonna act a kid. We're gonna act like kids when we meet each other and things don't work. You know what I'm saying? That was the part I didn't quite understand. And then here goes another thing before I conclude for you guys. Like, let's say, just in all honesty, let's say, God forbid a situation happened like that. Restaurant is going to hold who accountable. They got both of you guys on camera in there, right? You pay for yours, like, they can handle that different ways. Sometimes they're just gonna say, you know what, hey, some people are not gonna actually split the bill. Some people, your card's on file, you didn't pay for this. You paid for your meal. Both of you guys ordered. You know what I'm saying? You paid for one of the meals. You paid half the price or whatever. You didn't pay the other price. So you got to look at that. You know what I'm saying? And are you about to argue down for $20? That's the type of pettiness you did. Now, she did say, I do think she said that was petty, or she alluded to something like that. Okay, if you got me there. So I do believe that is petty. You feel me? And you could end up getting yourself in trouble. You don't want no run-ins with any you don't want run-ins with anybody that you're not supposed to be running into. Okay, you want to keep everything pleasant. You feel me? And I feel as if dudes like that, you need to pull yourself out of the dating market. If you coming down, I'm just being honest. If you coming down to those type of skirmishes, you need to just bag up, man. You need to bag up and chill out, But how can I tell somebody to do that if they're getting the women? Mm-hmm. They're going out on dates. They're bagging these women. They're getting these women, But just to that point, you feel me? So the guy has a point. He's bagged this chick. She agreed to go on a date, very compliant, just didn't click in person. So a lot of people are different. There's no one specific rubric that you can go off of. I mean, you can if you want to, but everybody's different. People do different things, and it's it's true. And I can't hate on that, because I'm like, I'm looking back. I look back a lot of times, and I just, it's a right way and it's a wrong way to do things. Best believe that. But you see some people, they get by, they make it by, right? And of course you can't watch them forever. But during that little span of time, you see, hey, sometimes it works. Okay, can't fix anything that's, not broken, right? But you can see the efficiency. It could be much more efficient if they would have chosen to do things a different way. But that was my 2 cents on this, interesting topic. You feel me? What say you? What do you guys think about it? Guys, peace, man. I'm out.